I know it. This violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother. That's right. We are back once again to entertain you for about an hour or so. We're going to have a good time. Thanks so much for hanging out in the chat, all the blamers in the live chat tonight. You can join us every Thursday night, 8 p.m. at blameyourbrother.tv. Hang out with us, watch the show, live video. It's a fun time. If you haven't done it before, join us. You'll have a good time. Meet some cool people. So, yeah, this is Blame Your Brother, and there are three of us that come to you every week and do this show. I'm 1/3. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, a.k.a. Human Garbage, Nashville Reddit. And I'm joined by the guy to the left of me. It's the one, it's only. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? I got a new AKA this week, Brother Too Lame.
All right, there we go. And then we're joined by our longtime friend. It's definitely the one and only. It's John.
Hey, everybody. John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. the disappointed one, Mr. PTI, and the madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so that's the three of us, David, Lee, John. We'll be coming to you, bringing some good content. Now, at the beginning of every show, if you're a blamer and you know this, we are offered this opportunity by our legal team. They listen to the episodes and they say, hey, you got to put it out there. Is there anything you need to apologize for? Is there any retractions? Is there anything you were wrong about? So every week we start with the snowflake himself, Lee. Anything you need to get off your chest from last week's episode?
First off, do y'all guys know how to do the floss? Is that what it's called?
My son taught you, so I don't know how to do it, but
so
I know
before
what it
I
is.
apologize for last week, let me just go ahead and apologize for this week for doing that. But
Okay.
First off the bat, I'd like to apologize to Katie Quackenbush.
Oh boy.
You know, you brought me around at the end, but I wasn't on board at first. And I just want to reiterate that we need to free Quackenbush. Straight off the just top of the hour.
All right, there we go. Lee is on. Now, last week I really went out on the stand, and I'll talk about it in just a second, but I was all about Katie Quackenbush. So Lee's come around.
I went and bought a Porsche.
Okay.
Just to prove a point.
Just there you go. Point proven. John, anything you need to get off your chest there, son?
Yeah, it's not really a apology from me. It's a apology on behalf of anybody that's ever bought a ticket for anything. We've kind of, I don't know if we've talked about it on the show or if it was just us venting after or before. It seems like when you buy a ticket for something, there's all these hidden fees that come on after the fact.
Okay.
Why can't the ticket price just be the ticket price?
What is this?
Apologizing for
apologizing
Ticketmaster? I'm confused.
On behalf of anybody that's ever had to buy a ticket.
Is this Andy Rooney over here?
You don't apologize for other people buying tickets,
Well,
John. That's not how apologies
I
work.
feel sorry for them.
What is
Okay.
happening right
Well,
now?
We're going to open the show with John's bad feelings from now on.
No.
We're
Okay.
talking ticket talk. Last week it was carb talk. You guys are blowing up the iTunes feed, man. Like, we're on Apple Pie. He wants you to turn the volume up a little bit, buddy. Yeah, we're blowing up podcast. Are you a scalper, John?
Just you find me on my Groupon store.
next week, no telling what John's gonna old man complain about. I love it.
Go to my website, ticketfreefees.com.
All right, well there you go, John. Glad you got that off your chest, everybody.
I apologize to you for playing for fees.
Anything last week? No, I'm good. But I do want to tell you about my week with Katie Quackenbush before we get
there's more.
going. Well,
there's more.
She listened to last week's episode.
Oh, I think I know where this is. Should I go get a pitchfork?
No. Oh, well, yeah, in a minute. So she listened to last week's episode, which I thought was pretty cool. She put it out there on her IG story to everybody, so we definitely got some
Did you say IG story?
Yes, Instagram story. Sorry, old man.
I thought you said store. I thought you said store.
Story.
I was like, what is an IG store and where do I get one?
Okay, IG story. And so a lot of people listened because of that. She even marked where we started talking about her, so I know she listened. And so then I got on Nashville Reddit this week, and I said, well, let's just see what the public thinks about Miss Katie Quackenbush. And I put up a free Katie Quackenbush little picture, like off the free Winona Ryder. You remember that?
Yeah.
So I put it up, and I just said, hey, who wants this shirt in their life? You know, the first guy goes, no. And it didn't get much better from there, man. They were attacking me left and right.
They came after you,
They hate it. So if you go to Reddit, Nashville, you will definitely find that post. I got so many downvotes. It's ridiculous. And then I posted another Reddit thing about, hey, are there any Nashville podcasts in the area? Love to, listen to your show, network. Some guy jumps in and goes, oh, this is the podcast that supports murderers.
Human garbage.
And they start calling me human garbage. So we are now the podcast that supports murder. There you go. You heard it first.
I think what we need to do is we need to start a Reddit Blame Your Brother pitchfork army.
There you go.
And we just go into our Nashville and we teach those guys
lesson
how to form a mob.
There you
for
go.
Real.
Well,
so if you're listening, go sign up for Reddit or go type in r/Nashville. Find what's your Reddit username?
Well, it's my name, David Brewington, 1977, which is unfortunate because there's no hiding behind that one.
Coming back from that,
and you can't change your Reddit name, which kind of sucks. So
you could open a new one.
I've thought about it.
Well, so we should get a Blame Your Brother Circle of Trust.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well,
Reddit.
Eat some avocado toast.
I'm still learning Reddit. Okay, unfortunately, I'm 40 years old, still learning Reddit. That's sad, kind of. But anyway. So I was attacked. But anyways, we support Katie Quackenbush. If all the facts add up. Now, there's side. We've already talked about it. So anyway, so that was fun this week. Lee, how was your past week, man?
It was good, man.
What'd you do? Anything? We had Easter, obviously, this weekend.
Yeah. Well, just the other day, I went to see Victor Wooten, if you're familiar with him.
I am. One of the best bass players in the world, yeah.
We were down at Rudy's Jazz celebrating my wife's spring break.
Okay.
So, drinking some red wine, listening to some music, some jazz.
There you go.
It's a real chill experience.
There you go. Victor Wooten. There you go. Always in Nashville, always playing. One of the best bass players, in the world. So that's cool.
He played guitar.
Oh, yeah. The Wooten, but they play it all. So, what are you going to do? All right. So, John, what about you? Any big happenings this past week?
Yeah. For those wrestling fans out there, I ran into the Usos and the lovely Naomi.
Oh,
so
John's making it happen.
I don't know what that is, so you're going to have to
explain that a little bit, John.
The Usos are the SmackDown WWE champions, and Naomi is married to one of those Usos, and she is one of the female wrestlers on WWE SmackDown.
Did you get excited when you saw him?
I was happy to see him.
I was say whatever your answer is going to be wrong, but go ahead.
I mean, I was happy to see him. I'm always a fan of wrestling, and so if you see somebody that you're kind of a fan of, then yeah.
There you go. Well, that is fun. I mean, that's cool, man. I'm blown away. WrestleMania is this coming weekend, so it's a big time. Even like non-wrestling fans get into it, so that's awesome. You were telling me before we came out. I thought that was super cool, so I like that a lot.
Really nice guys. Naomi, really pretty on TV, even better looking in person. Just gorgeous.
Go. John is the man for the 21st century, guys. No, they're all stunning. I mean, and I'm sure in person even more so. Yeah, and I'm sure those dudes were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they don't.
There's not mistaking them for something else.
Yeah, I mean they don't look that big on TV, but then when you see them in person, you're like, oh yeah, you're a huge dude. You don't look big because everyone else is your size, you know.
So they're jacked up on steroids. That's totally allowed these days. Right?
They drug test, so I don't think so. And people have been suspended in the last few years for taking steroids.
Who?
Randy Orton was one of them.
But that was just all part of the show.
No,
I mean, they don't really.
No, this was behind the scenes.
Spoiler alert! But they don't really wrestle either. Like, dude needs a vacation.
But no, they do test for drugs, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, The Rock came out and admitted he was juiced up, right?
Well, they didn't test back then. He doesn't wrestle anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
So you think they're all clean?
Oh no, I think most of them are probably dirty, but they don't. Just like NFL players, all of them smoke marijuana. They just don't do it during testing periods.
Who? NBA players?
NFL play, NBA, NFL. I know NFL players.
So, what's your take on athletes and steroids? Like, just legalize it or control it more?
In an ideal world, I would legalize it and just say, hey, sky's the limit, baby. Go for it.
What about the kids, though? That's always the argument you hear.
Well,
think about the kids.
What about CTEs in football? I mean, there are side effects to any profession. I mean...
Well, I think if you had steroids, I assume you're talking about brain injury when you say CET.
Yeah, CTEs. Yeah,
I would imagine if they started doing steroids, it would get worse.
It might. And, unfortunately, I say in the idealistic world where we live at now, I don't know what you could do to fix it because, like I said, you can see certain wrestlers and go, yeah, that dude's on the stuff.
Well, when they blow up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal, it's your best. Jinder Mahal was like, I mean, he's a little bit bigger than me, but not much. And now
Well, I mean, he was part of the 3-man band, okay?
and 3-man band were a
You
bunch
put
of-
him next to Heath Slater, who is still tiny. And
Wait, are y'all talking wrestling again?
Yes, 3-man band was this loser team that just got beat up every week. That was their gimmick. They'd get just trashed by all the wrestlers, and they were a bunch of just normal dudes. I mean, they're not art. They're a little bit bigger than us.
They're
but
bigger than us, but I mean,
small dudes, And so basically, Jinder Mahal overnight turned into this 260-pound ripped like god. I was like, all right, dude. Yeah,
we a wrestling podcast now, y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
We wrestling.
So, all right. So that was
did
cool.
you do
though.
anything cool or exciting? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
Let's move on then.
I did. I went and saw. I got 2 big news. I went and saw Hannibal Buress.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right. That's a
Zanies.
hot ticket, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a
You
good
could have
show.
flipped that for like You could have flipped that for $200 easy. $230.
I
Put that
got
up on Craigslist.
I got to see Hannibal Buress. He was very entertaining. I enjoyed him. And then
but did you charge any hidden fees if you were to sell them?
Oh yes,
he got the hidden fees.
Tons of fees at Zany's.
So on a scale of 1 to 10,
How
best
was it?
comedy show you've ever seen?
No, he was about a 7. I mean, he was really
7?
good. I mean, I thought Nate Bargatze was better than him, and Bill Burr's my favorite. So and Dave Chappelle, I
Did
saw
you throw
him.
a banana at him?
No, but that's in the news actually. But anyway, that guy's suing Dave Chappelle. He's saying his security team beat the living hell out
I'm
of
sure
him.
he did.
So he's like, I'm suing. And so then the other news is my wife and me announced that she is pregnant. Is going to be having a girl in October.
Did you get like some special genetic engineering?
I did, yeah. Too much thunder, so I had to go to the doctor and get a shot to lower the thunder deliverer.
The thunder ran dry, bro. It happens.
So
It
yeah,
happens.
that's massive news. I've known for a while now, but you
How
wait.
long have you known?
Probably like in January, I think we found out. So yeah, man.
You were
and
super excited.
yeah, super. And I know,
You're like, ay.
I mean, a little bit of both. I mean, a girl will be different than having 2 boys for sure. But my wife's always wanted a girl, so I'm glad that, it's going to happen. It's October 6th is around the time that the baby is due. So, that's good, man. Another addition to the Blamer Nation here. And we'll see what happens.
What the world
Lee
needs.
knows. Lee's just, how old's your daughter now?
Like 5 months.
5 months. So I won't be too far behind you. So I might be coming to you for advice on girl stuff. Who knows? So really,
Wow, they don't stand a chance.
probably not. So, and really super big news is we had the GoFundMe for the T-shirts. We're trying to get the Misogyny Alert T-shirts. We had a goal to make $215. And we were just chugging along, man. People were donating and donating. And we were slowly getting there. No, we're going to end it Sunday. And I figured we'd probably eat some of the cost. And I was at home 4:30 when I checked my email, and it says River Goodby has donated $100 to the Misogyny Alert Fund. I was like,
Check it out.
I was like, dude, I had to message him and go, 100, right?
Yo, bro, you got
Not
you got an extra 0 on that
like,
10.
did you mean 10 or 100? And then he's going to call in just a minute here, but super nice and just, I mean, I'm sure he'll tell us why.
You know what the best thing about our GoFundMe is?
What?
No fees.
No, no, there are
No
there are
fees.
GoFundMe fees, unfortunately. All right, so calling in the show, it's River right now. Here we go. Yeah, the green one answers. River,
one
how's it going out there tonight?
Okay, first thing is pronounced Godby,
Oh, God
Oh,
be.
He's been holding on that one for
I
a
know.
while.
not Goodby.
He wants his name. He
Dang.
wants his name to be known. God. Okay, River Godby. Gotcha. Okay. All right, River. How's it going tonight? First off, you're in Florida, right?
Well, we were at the zoo in Florida today.
Okay.
No, I live in Savannah.
Okay, yeah, but you're in Florida today. You live in Georgia, but you're on a little family.
Well, no, we came back tonight.
Oh wow!
So we just came back about an hour ago.
Look at this guy.
I don't think David knows where Savannah is the problem.
No, it's not that far from Jacksonville.
Okay.
Savannah
Only a
is
couple
on the
hours.
coast.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Still, that's a nice
By
little,
Florida.
nice family trip. So River, we were just talking about it. You generously, and we can't express how much it really made our day. My day. I mean, I can speak myself, but you donated $100 to the GoFundMe, and then when we met our goal, just tell us like why you would donate that, and I just go with that.
Okay, real talk. I know you guys. So my mom passed away last month.
Sorry
And
for your loss.
She was always a person that says, if you find value in something, let it be known. And if you have friends, support them. So with some of the inheritance that I got, I've been spreading her love there, so to speak.
Wow.
So, and you guys were one of the ones right there at the top. So it was a pleasure of mine to do, and I was glad that I was able to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's touching, man.
Story.
I mean, sorry for your loss. First off, I wasn't even aware. I mean, I'm sure that was tough to get through, and it's great that you've taken that and, like you say, just helping people out. I mean, there's not a lot of people that do that these days, so it's pretty amazing.
No, there's not enough people that think like that. So
yeah, well,
I honestly just thought
I figure
you wanted
whatever
to
I can do to help.
I honestly just thought you wanted to be executive producer. Here I am throwing you under the bus.
Well, yeah, no.
I was like, he just wanted to be executive producer, and then you come with a story like that. Wow. Okay.
Hey, whatever helps.
Yeah, man. That's like I said, we can't even express enough.
We're blown away.
So,
It's just a great act of generosity, and to hear the reason why it's coming from it means even more to us.
Well, it definitely was my pleasure. I was telling David that, you guys, I've watched you grow as a podcast just within the few months that I've, what year or whatever I've been listening to you guys. And I just want to keep, supporting you guys and seeing you prosper and, do what you can. 2018 is the year of BYB, right?
Yeah, 2018, man.
You said BYOB, right?
BYOB, yeah. That's a different
BYB. Yeah.
All right, so okay, we got to ask you, since you're on the phone, you got to give us advice. So you are a podcaster yourself, TiVo and the Beard. You have a webpage.
Doing our best, yeah.
You have a YouTube. People should check it out, obviously, because you're the nicest guy
Definitely.
ever. But give us advice. Either executive produce our show, tell us what who should we blame today? Give us something.
Oh, now see, you caught me on a bad day to
I know.
I mean, if it's just tell John to stop giving advice, tell John to give us more advice.
Well,
I doubt he'll say
John
that.
could start giving advice again. It's been a couple times. He's been, like you guys said, he's been running from the answers there. He's been telling people, just avoid the problem. Just avoid the problem. It'll go away. No, he needs to give that real advice again.
Okay,
It's
John.
why we come to you, John.
All right.
I think we're going to build a paper mache cannon and write disappointment on it, and then he can hold it during the segment and just point it at whoever he wants.
Yeah.
And I think the advice will come back. So.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
Yeah, he can't be disappointed at everybody.
No, he tries though for sure. So tell us.
Do you realize the people I hang out with?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about TiVo and the Beard if people don't know, because I want people to go check it out to listen to the show. Tell us a little bit about you, your co-host, what you guys talk about, and how it came to be.
It started because me and a friend of mine, TiVo, we both like geeky shows and geeky movies, the Marvel Universe, DC, all of that. And we had a really hard time finding a podcast that, with two normal, some normal people talking about the shows that we like to, and movies we like to watch. So we figured if we can't find it, we make it. So that's what we've done. And what we do is, we started by watching a lot of shows and we had a little too much to talk about. So now we've kind of narrowed it down to a couple things. And it's the same kind of stuff we talk about throughout the week, off the air. And we just put it out there, try to get other people's opinions on it, just try to share the geeky love.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. So tell me, and I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I know you guys talk about it a lot. Why should I watch this show, and what's so great about it?
Well, the problem is they're on season 5 now. You'd have to start back on season 1, which is on Netflix.
Okay.
I'll give it a little plug there. And it started out as one of those things where it was, for lack of better words, behind the scenes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is the stuff going on that wasn't on the big screen. And after the first couple seasons, it kind of really became its own show. This season, it has been the best.
Okay.
It's got great acting, great story. You don't even have to be really familiar with the Marvel movies anymore. So take that for what you will, better or worse. Great special effects. And, it's one of those shows that you don't have to be into superheroes and comic books and all that to get. It's got something for everybody in it, I think.
Nice. John, do you watch it?
I do watch it.
Okay.
I enjoy it pretty well. Season 2 kind of dipped a little bit for me, but for the most part, the other seasons are pretty good. This season, a little bit of time travel in there, so that was pretty
you
neat.
go.
Right,
John
yeah.
loves the time travel.
And in our
man.
last episode, I had some rants about the time travel.
Well, there you go. I need to catch that. I need to catch up this week on all podcasts, but I'll definitely check that out. So how do people find your pod? Like, is it just YouTube at this point? Have you gotten the audio? I'm looking for the audio version, man. I mentioned this a while back. We got to make that happen. But how do people find it currently right now?
Currently, we're just on YouTube. If you just go to YouTube and search TiVo and the Beard, TEEVO and the Beard, we're like the first channel that pops up.
Oh, there you go. And so we'll put the link up as well. I mean, people should check it out, especially like I said, if they like geek stuff and those TV shows you're talking about, like a couple of the WB shows and Agents Shield. I think they're definitely going to like it because you guys do. I've listened and you guys enjoy the shows and you give good takes on it. And it's refreshing to hear you're not like snarky about it. And you know, we all have our complaints and
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
But,
That's what we're trying for.
yeah, but I think you guys nail it. And I even saw Lee's got the screen up now. You guys went to a Comic-Con, interviewed some people. So I mean, you're definitely moving up. That's why we got to get you on. We got to get you on all those podcast formats, man. Get you going as well.
We did. In fact, on May 13th, we're going to Savannah MegaCon to interview some people.
Nice. Well, you're doing more than us on that front. So that's awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely get people
It fits
going.
in our genre. So.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. All right, we'll work on getting that audio up somehow. I'll work with you. I want it to be everywhere, so where people can check it out. So, all right,
Appreciate that.
no problem. Okay, so I guess
I'm just going to go ahead and say, obviously you're going to get a limited edition T-shirt. And I know you don't want John or David to sign it, but I'll put my signature on it.
Wow.
Oh no, you guys all have to sign it, just like the book that I won, the hipster book I won from you guys after the first episode I listened to.
Yeah, there you go. Is that hipster book changed your life, right?
I mean, look at me now.
There you go. So you're making a difference. All right. Well, TiVo and the Beard, River, we will definitely be in touch. I will be in touch with you about working on that. We'll get you going, man. If we got to host your files or whatever, it's not a big deal. But thank you once again so much for the donation, and thanks for spreading positivity and the love, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate you as a listener, viewer, whatever. You've been here for a long time, and we really, just really appreciate it. So,
Yes, again, my pleasure, and you guys keep up the great work.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon, and we will get back to the show.
All right.
Thanks so much, man.
Peace.
Hi.
There you go. So River Godby. Generous. So I'm just going to start putting his name as the producer in the show notes every week.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I mean, we threw out the challenge.
His advice to John, solid advice. John,
people used to really look forward to your advice, and he hit it right on the head. You started ducking, man.
I love how John's a has-been now. Like the segment is turned into a has-been segment. So tonight I want you to bring it, man.
All right. Bring the thunder because you're not.
Yeah, I didn't bring the thunder this time. Just,
So, we kicked around the idea of like the BYB 2018 road tour, right?
Yeah.
I think Savannah might have to be the first stop.
I would gladly do it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd love to go up there and hang out with some listeners and record some stuff and all that. So
sit on the beach, record from the beach,
I'm down, man. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's make plans to do it.
Make it happen. Producer, help us out.
All right. So let's get some stories going, man. We got to get some stories going. That's kind of what we do here. So, Lee, what's on the agenda for today, my friend?
Looks like you have something about Facebook. So I don't know why you pulled this story out. Some kind of social justice.
We got to talk about a growing Facebook group advocates for people being barefoot in public. Barefoot is legal is a growing community on social media, hoping to destigmatize being barefoot everywhere. They have multiple pictures. They have multiple people doing this. So let's get this.
Mostly just feet pictures?
Well, yes, unfortunately. But
I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of people are into feet.
Yes, they are.
Probably
yeah.
even some of our listeners are really into feet.
Maybe one or two. Yes,
really?
Maybe one.
I'm not. I don't.
It doesn't do it for me either. But hey, everybody's on their own. But number one, so I'm just going to get this out here: people being barefoot in public. John, acceptable or not?
In
talking-
restaurants, no.
No, they're talking everywhere. They're not saying at the beach, at the park. They're saying everywhere.
If it's everywhere, then I'd have to say I'm against.
So if you're sitting there eating dinner at a restaurant, man, you look over and the people beside you all have their shoes off, what would you be thinking?
I'd probably start laughing, and I'd probably start making jokes.
Lee, what do you think about the barefoot? I mean, you seem like the type of guy that would like embrace this. Like you're one. I went to school with this guy, and he goes, "Man, you know why we don't have hair on our feet like the hobbits?" I went, "Why?" He goes, "Because we got to wear shoes our whole life, man." I'll never forget this guy telling me this. I was like, "This dude is kind of weird." Like I was quiet. This was freshman year. I didn't know anybody, and this was in PE class. This was the one dude in PE that would talk to me. He was an odd bird, man. I mean. So, Lee?
I think the weirdest person I met in high school was in PE.
There you go.
All right, I just say it's very obvious that these are the same people that started the raw water movement, right?
Think so?
I mean, right?
I mean, dude, these dudes are going to the bathroom, public bathrooms, barefoot. Could you be paid enough every time you went to a public bathroom, you took your shoes and socks off and went in and used the bathroom?
All right, here's
what would
I didn't even think about that. That's yeah.
I mean, what is that worse than pulling your pants down and sitting on a toilet seat?
I mean, you know what I think about public bathrooms. So, I mean, yes, it's equally weird, but
having been a janitor before, there's extra care put into cleaning the toilet, but the floor is not so much.
Janitor talk.
You're getting called out on the chat there.
Yeah, Sammy's surprised you went to PE class. But anyway.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, there you go. He's going. So I just thought this was a weird.
So is it gross because other people track in like foot fungus and then you walk on it and you get it? Is that the only bad thing about
it's just
it?
Weird, man. Like if you're out walking your dog or something, you might step in like dog crap or something. I mean, think about if you just did not have shoes every day. It'd be the worst life ever. Like I don't know who invented shoes, but they're a god. They need to be celebrated. Why? Where's their national holiday? Like we're out here celebrating all the Labor Day. Forget that nonsense, dude. Where is shoe person day or whatever, or shoe person day? I like it. And also even running toilets. These events should be celebrated more than Labor Day, man. Don't you think so? These are like monumental moments of American history, and we don't even know anything about it.
But Labor Day isn't for one person. It's for all people. It's a very communistic type of affair, right?
Is it? I don't even know what Labor Day is. If you want the truth,
it's for laborers.
But that's all of us.
It's a day off, exactly.
Well,
not all of us.
Okay. So
not all of us.
So yeah, as you see on this little Facebook, you start to see where this might be heading because it's got pictures of women in high heels, and then they got their shoes off. I'm sure there is a bit of fetishism into this movement as well, because there's certain movements you could get into. You could, Martin Luther King's death was this past weekend, so there were people that were actually into social movements that changed the world. There's people that are even PETA. I mean, I don't agree with it, but they're for animals and all that. This is your movement you're getting behind. This is what you're signing up for.
So everyone in chat is like, I love flip-flops. Flip-flops are
flip-flops
365.
are trash.
What do you think of flip-flops?
Flip-flops are straight trash.
Why are they straight trash?
And nobody should be wearing, because number one, they make too much noise when you're walking. Flip flop, flip flop. I hate flip-flops so much, and I hate seeing the adult white male uniform when you go to kids' parties or you go to events. It's khaki shorts. It's like a button-down shirt. It's either sandals or flip-flops, And we're not even getting into Crocs because we know Crocs.
How do you feel about sandals?
Crocs are straight trash. I don't like them.
How are Crocs?
I don't want people
trash?
see. I like socks. I want to wear socks in my life. Okay.
All right. I don't think anyone that wears flip-flops 365 needs to be saying Crocs need to die. I mean, come on.
Well, this is from the chat, but they're surprised we don't know what Labor Day is. Elle, welcome to the show. You will be constantly amused by how much we do not know and talk about. So in the airport,
so this offends you?
It's just dumb. Yeah, it would offend me if I'm going out and everybody's in socks. Put some shoes on. People, put some freaking socks on, man. Don't you think people in third world countries would die for a pair of socks, man? They would, like,
No.
when I went out to the homeless people, I passed out socks because there's such a luxury that we take for granted every day of our life, man. They feel so good. You put them on, they're blocking everything out.
I don't think everyone agrees with that statement.
Well,
if it's cold, yes.
So now, okay, here we go. Another list of things I hate. Flip-flops, Crocs, they're out. You got to go, man. If I don't know, man. Aren't we in the day and age where if you're over a certain age, just put on a pair of shoes? How hard is that to do?
I don't know. When you get older, it is harder to put your shoes on.
But a lot of people love the barefoot feeling. A lot of people get hot feet.
Hot feet. That's fake news.
They
They
think that flip-flops are the most comfortable thing because their feet are like they're relaxed, they're open, they're comfortable. And when they put on shoes, I mean, some people feel the same way about pants, but you know, they feel very
I'll wear pants then. Let's just ban all clothes.
Well, we know how you feel about shorts.
Yes, and wrong answer. Flip-flops, socks, you're trash. Look, do you wear socks when you go to bed? Yes or no?
I have. Lately, I can't.
I can't either, John.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, see, that's in your world.
So how do you
man.
feel about sex and socks?
I'd be lying if I say I've never done it before, but generally, now I'm finding out all the listeners wear. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to apologize for the cargo shorts. I mean, River's saying he wears cargo shorts, and flip flops. Hey man, if you want to own it. It's yours. I mean, you can pull it off. I've seen pictures. You got the style going on. It just doesn't work for me. How about I put it like that? I do not own flip flops. I do own a pair of Crocs for when I go out to the lake. But John, you've known me for a while. Have you ever really seen me wear sandals ever?
No, I can't recall.
Yeah, because I don't like them. So I don't know. Anyways, all right.
I've rocked the flip flops before.
Well, I mean, we all have, but I don't like them.
I have never worn a pair of flip-flops.
In your life?
I mean, that's what I'm going to tell people.
All right. Derek in chat says no socks during sex. So that must be a...
What if you need a little extra traction,
Maybe
though,
that's a major key right there. Okay, so anyways. All right, moving on to the next story. This next one is at least...
Well, then can I just ask you one other question about this?
Sure, go ahead.
Because, we were flipping through the website. How do you feel about, like, high heel shoes, exposed, open-toed high heel shoes?
I mean, it's fine, I guess. I mean, I think high heels are kind of ridiculous anyway. I don't know how women walk in them.
Right,
if I was a woman, I would not be ever wearing high heels. Like, I don't know. It's got to be bad for you too, right? High heels are. They got to be bad for your back.
I just thought you were going to give into the misogyny call and then say, like, yeah, a woman needs to be in high heels, open-toed.
You thought I was going to say that, or did you just say that?
Misogyny alert.
See, I see what Lee's doing now. You're hiding all your secret little things inside me. You're trying to get me to come out and say the things you want to say on the program.
All I'm saying is, I know for a fact.
Did you see this? That is an ultimate. You could have pulled that.
I just know for a fact that we have listeners to this show
that love shoes,
high heels in particular.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. One particular listener loves high heels. Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
Maybe we'll hear about it.
So there's another story where this guy was banned from a hotel for 17 years.
Yeah.
For an incident involving hungry seagulls and a suitcase full of pepperonis. Now, I actually read this story.
This is a Lee story if there ever was one. You always bring weird stories, and I thought I had to go ahead and bring you a weird story that you could tell us about.
That.
All right, so tell us all about why a guy was banned from a hotel for 17 years.
Something about German pepperoni or something.
No.
He was traveling, and his friend knew that he loved this particular pepperoni, so he gave him a bunch, and he had a suitcase full of it. And he didn't want it to go bad. So he opened the window because it was cold outside, and he spread out the pepperoni on a table by the window. And then he left. And he came in, and he opened the door, and there's 100 seagulls. There's a flock of seagulls.
Did they run? Did they
run
so far away?
They ran.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Ran so far away.
So why was he banned from the hotel for 17
years? The seagulls obviously destroyed
the
hotel room, like knocked everything over, crapped on everything.
Ate the pepperoni.
I don't think they were worried about them eating the pepperoni, but
that was the last straw right there.
And like I don't know if you guys actually know this or not, but seagulls are pretty nasty animals. They carry a lot of disease, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
They tell you not to like touch birds and stuff.
Yeah, generally.
So anyway, that's it. And he came home and it says it was banned, but it was like also like they were suing him and stuff. I don't know.
So, John, you work in a hotel. Have you ever had anything, obviously not this crazy, but have you ever had bad guest. I'm not talking.
We've had bad guests before.
Just give us a good example of one where you're just like, oh, come on, huh? Okay, well there you go. Yeah, I just thought that was a funny kind of story there. And if they're listening, and I believe they are tonight, Comp My Pod talks all about hotel horror stories and horror stories. I'm sure they talk all about on their podcast. So go check them out, Comp My Pod, and some of their stories are pretty bad that they read from Reddit, and sometimes they'll talk about stories themselves. But if you want to be entertained, just talk to someone that works in a hotel. They'll have tons of stories to tell you. So there you go. All right, there's your weird story of the week. I don't know. We got anything else? Or you want to just jump into who's to blame this week?
You posted this, and I thought it was.
Oh boy,
it seems so inflammatory. Where do you even go with this? Is this what you're wanting to perpetrate into the world here?
Who killed Martin Luther King Jr.? His family believes that James Earl Ray was framed for his murder. Have you ever heard of this before?
Is the Washington Post?
I thought James Earl Ray confessed.
He did, but they said it was coerced confession. And he started talking to people later in his life, and he said other people were involved. Now I don't know.
So who do they believe?
The government. It's a conspiracy theory. I mean, I don't know if they have a specific person,
government. Oh, okay.
But they believe people were involved.
I mean, it's probably true, right?
You think so? They think the FBI was involved for sure.
I mean, it's probably true.
I mean, they were blackmailing the man.
Who would want to kill Martin Luther King Jr.?
Racist people, I guess. The government. Because
was James Earl racist?
I mean, it's crazy if you look at Jesus and then like Martin Luther King Jr. They have some parallels to their life, is that they were very outspoken. They were out there campaigning for things that were different, you know. And both of them were very much feared by the government.
Yeah.
And both of them, I mean, if you believe this or not, I mean, or whatever, but they were both killed by someone. And Jesus Christ, I mean, he was, executed by the Romans, but Martin Luther King, if this is true, I mean, which I don't know, it's not past me to believe the government might have had something to do with his assassination for sure. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't fall out of the chair with disbelief. But once again, if you believe it, he was killed by the government because they were too fearful of him. He had too much power. I don't know if that's because they think people are going to overturn the government or if it's just going to change the status quo of who's in power. But there's a lot of parallels between their life.
As far as I think, as far as
Miracles.
directly to the FBI, I have serious doubts. But maybe people of power that didn't like him. Yeah, I could see that happening totally.
In his last speech, he said that there was going to be trying times ahead.
Well,
he wasn't worried because he had been to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, that's the speech. And like I said, the FBI was blackmailing him. He was having affairs with his wife. And so they were like, basically, hey, we're going to release these. And he's like, do what you got to do. I mean, kind of checked their move there. I believe they released the tapes to his wife. I watched Selma a couple years back, and it's supposed to be a pretty true to life movie. And in that movie, the wife, they played some of the tapes they had for her. So I don't know, man. I mean,
so do you think that he was solo bad actor, or are you with his family and believing that government conspiracy?
I believe things have probably been swept under the rug. For
what
sure.
What does that mean?
I believe there was more than one person involved.
Who?
I don't know. I mean, I believe that.
Just some assumption
I believe the FBI could totally be involved. Like I said, I mean, they were already blackmailing him. They wanted him out of power.
We know they could.
I mean, it's not
be involved. The question is, do you believe they were?
I don't really have. I mean, sure. Yeah, I do actually. I'm just going to sit here and if his family believes it, and they were in constant contact with this guy. It's not like they talked to James. What's his name? James Earl.
Right.
James Earl Ray.
Ray.
Yeah, I was going to say James Earl Jones.
That's
no,
what I said.
wrong guy. James Earl Ray. Yeah, they said they talked to him frequently. So I don't know, man. It's just because you almost don't want to believe one crazy guy like this could stop an entire movement almost. I mean, or they thought they were going to slow it down. So, I mean, but people love conspiracy theories, I mean, why? Because we don't want to believe life can be that mundane, like that basically some redneck guy with a rifle can shoot a guy, kill him, and end his life over his beliefs. It's pretty crazy. Just like John F. Kennedy Jr. It's another reason. You don't want to believe one crazy guy could kill the president of the United States of America.
Well, in that particular instance, though,
So you're a JFK conspiracy guy?
There's the Zapruder film. There's men in trench coats, you know.
Well, there's a lot of stuff here, the way the bullets went. They're even saying that wasn't even the gun that killed them. They did a quick autopsy. I mean, you'd have to read. I mean, you can read the story, but it's just...
so this is a thing. This is like full-on
conspiracy and it's not just some nut job. It's the family being involved with it, which is... I don't know if that's normally the case or not. I don't know JFK's family ever spoke of a conspiracy, not that I know of. I'm sure they didn't want to talk about it at all, but his family was kind of the opposite. So I don't know, man. Some, you know, you just have to look. There's probably some truth and a little bit of all of it, unfortunately. Like, you know, especially JFK. I mean, we could talk about that on another episode, but man, what a shot by a guy from a hotel.
He did recant his confession.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, there's some things on here, man, that aren't adding up.
He had multiple passports from the UK and Canada.
So did your other boy.
He escaped from prison.
So,
wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to do the homework.
All right, do the homework.
We're going to have a chart with lines on it.
I love
papers.
We'll have this yarn running through this person or that person. All right, good deal. Okay, well, one last thing. Let's get this. I want to real quick hit the story about Sinclair Media. Was given Sinclair Media Groups a script to read, basically saying that that other news stations were fake news and that they were dedicated to the truth on their networks and they were not going to present any polarizing ideas. And even one of them I read, something said, one of the stations from the story I read, I didn't see this, but said that Donald Trump is neither liberal nor conservative. And we're going to report it just like that. And I'm like, hey. So this got out because people started watching these news and seeing that everybody was reading the same script on all these. So it was Fox 17, our local affiliate here. They read one of them.
Can we just do the little video?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Let's hit the news story.
It's not playing.
Well, there you go. But anyways, so I tweeted at some of the Fox 17 people, and I was like, hey, do you guys have any comments on that? Silence. Pure silence. So to me, this is a problem, is that you're expecting your news source to be at least neutral. You know, I mean, that's why we don't call Fox really news. MSNBC really isn't news, but like local affiliates, you're hoping that they're speaking with no disregard to any political theory, but I guess not. I guess the boss came in and said, you read this or you're done.
Would you read it? You would.
I don't know, man. It'd have to be where I was at in my life. You know, I mean,
what does that mean?
We can
right now, would you or would you not read it?
Right now, my current job, Metro, where I work at, gives me a script to read on TV, and it's like false as crap. I'm not doing it, man. Like, I guess, I mean, you just have to fire me, I guess. I don't know why these people didn't step up and just say, fire me, man.
Would you do it?
I'd read it.
God.
I mean, I guess I
got a family to take care of.
Okay, we podcast. We make it big. They give us a syndicated radio show on Sirius or whatever. We're doing good, man. Show's growing up, and then they go, John, you're going to have to denounce your religion on air, man, or you're fired. And they give you a script.
I mean, that's a little different,
That's
man.
different.
That's a lot different.
Their life doesn't change by saying
so they go.
Group.
So we want you to read this script, and it says same thing. They said, like, Trump, he's a good guy. Guys need to give him a chance. We're going to report on him fairly. We know he's not liberal. We know he's not conservative. So we're here. Unlike the other news, we don't have an agenda. You'd be totally fine. You wouldn't believe.
This is my source of income.
Let's listen up.
Yeah,
I would.
Never mind.
I just think you have an obligation to your listeners. I mean, we don't lie on this show, and that's part of the appeal of it to certain people, is that we're going to speak truly about how we feel. Like, if we started like selling merchandise and lying to people about how good it was, I'd feel like kind of bad about it, you know. And River asked, when one company owns so many stations, where do you go for a new job? Which, John, I'm not saying you're wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong. In that situation, everyone can say what they would do, but until
you're staring down the barrel of a gun, you don't know how you're going to react to certain things.
And Derek in the chat says, of course John would read it. He said, I'm disappointed to read this, but... And then Jason said, Dear John's lack of disappointment is disappointing. So...
I didn't say I wasn't disappointed.
You were just all over. Anyways, I'm sure you guys have heard that. Go check out the YouTube clip. it's as Derek in chat says, it's pretty wacky that they're all kind of reading the exact same thing. So this just to say, if you're getting your news from one source, you need to start looking at other sources, multiple sources, see what's true, see what's not. Don't rely on one channel for your news. That's probably a bad way to go. Lee?
Channel, was that a pun intended?
Lee, just say yeah.
I would say if you're watching TV for your news, there's no reliable source these days.
That's fair.
I would stick to like local podcasts named Blame Your Brother.
Okay.
That's probably fair.
Yeah.
We source most of our stories from the streets. We don't use any type of website.
From the streets.
From the streets.
Yeah.
We've never said anything that was fake on this show.
I'm actually out there talking to Katie Quackenbush. D-Brew's on the case, baby.
On that Instagram chat.
I'll take all sides, man. Hey, I'm just taking a page from Jason's channel there, man.
I mean, it's worse than that, man. What you're saying is only the surface. They're passing laws that are rolling back the monopolistic protections that Sinclair Broadcasting brought about. So now the guy's actually able to buy more. There's books on the you can only own so many media sources in a market.
Yeah.
Trump administration's rolling that back naturally.
Oh, okay. So they're just
this whole Facebook data thing that's hitting. We've only touched the surface of that.
I believe it.
They're coming out in front of Congress and they're like they're going to force them to reveal what they're doing. Now they're saying 87 million people data was scraped off of like 27,000 downloads of the app or something.
Oh no!
And because if you were a friend of a friend, they could scrape your data. And then there's a funny thing now. You can go to Facebook and in your settings you can go to your media thing.
Yeah,
and they'll tell you.
I saw it. Yeah.
They will tell you what political leaning you are.
What do you think mine was?
I would say conservative.
Okay, John. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably say conservative.
Moderate, my friend, moderate.
Oh,
and
wow.
it also said I was down with the African American community.
It
did.
says that? It says David is down with the African American community.
It says something like this is who you're marketed toward, that group of people. So, man, that's weird stuff, man. Like, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, everyone should go check it out.
So tell us how to get there.
So basically, you log into Facebook, and once you do,
I don't like logging into Facebook, but I'll do it.
You're going to do it for the show?
I mean, I'm not going to show it on screen.
Okay. Well, anyway, so you log into Facebook, and it's going to label you as either a liberal, a moderate, or a conservative to see. Because I'm going to tell you why I know this is.
Where does it say the label?
Okay, so
like
what
settings,
you do?
Preference.
You go to settings. Yes.
Where is settings?
You go to. Then you're going to go to preference, and under preference there's an interest tab. If you click on that,
wait, where?
Okay, so go to settings. Lee's doing it right now. So
let me put it on the screen.
Okay, so we're going to go to settings right there.
Settings.
We're going to go to, on yours, I believe you're going to go to ads right there.
Ads.
I believe that's right. And then we're going to go to your interest.
I don't want to expand that.
Go ahead.
I'm scared.
No, no, go down.
Krispy Kreme.
Go down to
advertising. This is not so bad.
Lee, you've been on Facebook like once in 2 years. Go to advertisers. Keep going.
Oh no, this is not good.
Keep going. Well, I got Cindy. No, but I think those were sold because I got some of those as well. Your information is where you want to go. Okay, so you go to information or ad settings. Keep going. We're just listing them all out. All right, here we go. Ads based on your website and apps. Click on. You said no and that.
What do you?
I don't know. It's supposed to be under. It's supposed to be under interest, and it's supposed to be under lifestyle and culture tab.
Your categories.
There you go. There's Lee.
Moderate.
Lee is a moderate, and he's not. I don't see anything about African American on there, but basically said you have both your parents. Your birthday is in August. You get on Facebook via mobile devices.
I'm a new parent.
You are a Facebook page admin.
I'm a Gmail user.
And you are a moderate in U.S. politics.
Where does it say that I'm down with the African American community?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. You don't get that. You don't get it, man. Sorry. If there was Caucasian supporter, you'd be on there. But they don't. That's. What did you look at yours?
It wouldn't let me pull it up. On my
Okay.
phone.
Well, anyway,
just give me your password right now. I'll log in for you.
Okay.
So Sammy said he's going to get his. Guys in the chat and people listening, do yours. Let us know what it has you labeled as. It's supposed to be based on your friends and what they post and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know. All right. Well, we got to get to one of the new awesome segments we do on the show. It is called Who's to Blame? We're going to hit the sounder and then we'll explain it to you.
Tell me who's to blame.
It's time for Who's to Blame, where we take a topic or issue. One person has to argue for it, and the other person has to argue against it. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? And you try to make your best argument, and then you, the people, will decide who's better at it. So this week was Easter, and part of Easter, we all know, forget about Jesus dying and raising from the dead. We got to get our kids out there and do an Easter egg hunt. It's more important than the actual resurrection, it seems. So I shouldn't have said. Now I'm starting to influence the argument. Okay, anyways, so one of you is going to take anti-Easter egg hunts. The other one's going to be pro. John, what are you this week?
I'm pro.
So John is for Easter egg hunts. We're going to give him just a little bit of time here, and then Lee will jump in. So John, go ahead.
Easter egg hunts. So the treasure is the egg. I think we can all agree with that. That's what they're looking for. For the first Easter, the treasure was Christ. They looked for Christ where they thought he was going to be. He was not there. But yet they still had to continue looking. And yet he was alive. What represents new life more than anything than an egg? It's an important thing. It's a very fitting comparison to the true holiday. And I believe that it's important to bring a little bit of joy and symbolism to our religions that help us understand things in a different way. All
right, so that's John 4. Lee, you're going to be
John's taking the purely religious angle, I guess.
Bad way to go, but okay, Lee, go ahead.
Should I do the anti-religious angle?
You can do whatever you want.
Can I talk about eggs being the source of life?
Sure, you can talk about whatever you want.
We're not the source of life. We are humans. We're not born in an egg. Anyway, I'm going to keep it real about Easter egg hunts. Ooh. I'm going to go about the kids, like you said earlier, because, I mean, let's be real. The Easter egg, the brightly colored painted eggs, it's about the kids, right? And it tears me up to see the dispersion of ages, because it's always like you want to see the little kids getting the eggs, getting the most prizes, having a good time, but there's always that one bad apple, that one old kid that's running around, pushing kids down, stealing their eggs, running from egg to egg, and it's like not letting the little kid get the eggs that they want, right? What is that teaching? What's that teaching bullies? Honestly, I'll tell you what it's teaching them. It's teaching them to steal the egg, the source of life. This is bad. And not to top it all off, as like kids don't already have enough problems, you pop open the egg and what's inside of it? Chocolate candy. That sweet, sweet sugar sound. Then those kids, they start stuffing their mouth full of sugar and they get all crazy. They get all hopped up on Easter candy. It's not good, man. It's basically making our kids addicted to sugar at a very early age.
So are you against Halloween too?
Oh, totally.
So is that's your thing there?
That's my
who's all right. Blame. So that's who's to blame. Let us know if you thought one was better than the other. Here's what I know about. I've been reading a book called Finding Jesus, and it's about certain artifacts and how they got passed down, over time. And one section was about the Gospel of Mary. And it talks about Mary and how she was one of Jesus' closest disciples or whatever. Anyways, I mean, that's another day. But
we're a Wrestling Jesus podcast now, y'all.
There you go.
But we are recording in the South.
Yes.
So.
Yes. The numbers will be through the roof on this one. But anyways, it's said that after Jesus' death, Mary went and was teaching the gospel to people.
Hiding some eggs.
And she came across an emperor, I believe, and she had an egg in her hand. This is just what is written happened.
Man, we got through talking about fake news.
So the emperor
like
said, "I'll believe in Christ if you can make that egg red." And she closed her fist, opened the egg up, and it was red. And since that's one of the reasons why they believe we dye eggs at Easter. So
magic?
That's pretty cool.
Black magic?
Well, I mean, it is kind of magic. I mean, big rabbits jumping around, handing out Easter eggs. I mean, it's...
So what's the difference between black magic and... I mean, like, if I turned an egg to red, what would y'all say that, it's...
So all the miracles in the Bible were black magic?
I mean, what's the difference here?
John?
The difference between black magic and miracles is if it furthers the gospel of Jesus Christ, it's classified as a miracle.
Okay. So if I black magic for Jesus, it's okay.
Then it's not black magic, it's a miracle.
Right, the same thing.
There you go. That's the difference between black magic and miracle. If it didn't further the gospel, it is black magic, and that's who's to blame.
Who's to blame? Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Won't tell me who's to blame.
All right, so that's it, man. Easter happened and went and gone. Easter egg hunts. Where do I stand on them? I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The chat's declared Lee the winner. He won this week on Who's to Blame. So there we go. All right, well, John, you're going to get your time to shine here. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Hopefully you bring the thunder. It's time for Dear John. Oh, God. What happened? I hit the wrong button. All right, I'm going to get it together.
Hour.
Here we go. That's it. All right, so Lee's gonna read some advice. I'm gonna not listen. John's gonna answer. I'm gonna ask questions while he's doing it. And here we go.
Yeah, this one comes in this week. My wife, Karen, loves to sing karaoke along with many others, most of whom are vocally challenged. Listening to some of them can be grueling when we go out. Karen knows many of these performers, and when they finish, she goes and tells them what a great job they've done. When I asked her why she gives the false compliment, she said, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, the same goes for Karen. The other singers compliment her to the point that she now believes she has a competition-worthy voice. In reality, while her voice isn't terrible, it's nowhere near what she thinks it is. My wife is the love of my life and the nicest person I've ever known. I'm concerned for the future if someone should ever be honest with her about this, because so far, no one has been. Should I tell her the truth to save her from potential public embarrassment, or should I keep my mouth shut from covering my ears?
I think you should keep your mouth shut. Karaoke, I mean, it's almost more entertaining when people are bad. It's if everyone was good, then.
John, I just want to go over this part of the story.
You've said this too. I've heard
I think you're just recapping
the other singers compliment her to the point that she now believes she has a competition-worthy voice. In reality, it is terrible. Bing.
It isn't terrible, but it's nowhere near what she thinks it is.
Oh, well, I think
it's probably terrible.
I mean, he loves her, so if he thinks it's not terrible, it's really bad. Go, John.
I mean, if she flat out asks him what he thinks, I'm not saying he needs to lie, but don't come out swinging, hey, babe, you can't sing, you suck. Don't do that. And that's what it sounds like he's asking. Lie
to me, baby. Would you lie?
So so your advice.
I'm
saying
if she says, how do you think I sound? He could honestly say, based on what he said, you sound better than they do.
So lie.
That's not a lie.
So lie. Happy wife, happy life. John, is that really the advice you're giving us this week?
That's it.
I thought River called. Was that this episode where he called and said, bring the pain?
Hey, man.
Here's the pain.
I think saying lie to someone, that's right up there with hit it and quit it.
Hit it and quit it. Stick a pin in it. I mean, John, you would lie to your wife if she was terrible or
I'll
not
say about
good.
other things too.
That's
I think
true.
it's just a standing policy.
Oh, where do you draw the line at, John?
I never said lie. When did I say lie?
You said lie.
You said
I did
lie.
not.
I mean, you said it without saying the word lie, but you know.
So I just want to hear you tell this guy, his wife Karen. I hope she's not listening. Well, it's Karen, quote unquote. So maybe it's a fake name. You're telling this man to lie to his wife Karen about her singing abilities.
Yep.
No, I am
Baby,
not.
you better than them other women.
He just said that the other people are utterly horrible, but he also said that his wife, she's not great, but she's not as bad as they are. So that's not a lie. To say, oh, you're better than they are.
I think Rivers got it.
He said, just tell her she's not that bad. John.
I'm
gonna add in John. Just disappointing. Okay. That's Dear John.
Love you, River. Thanks.
The executive producer coming through.
All right, so there you go. That was our Dear John. If you want to give John advice and hear that one, you can email us at bybpod@gmail.com or go to blameyourbrother.net, and there's a contact form. We'll show you that later, but you can go there and leave us a message as well. So, all right, so we have some selfies this week, so it's time to hear Lee's favorite music.
Selfie. Honestly, when I first started doing this show, you said you have to take selfies of yourself and put it on the Blame Yourself.
Selfie.
And I literally thought you were insane. Selfie. I was like, why would anyone take a selfie of blame your selfie? Blame your.
All right, it's time for Blame Your Selfie, where our awesome listeners, awesome friends, take selfies during the week. They use the hashtag Blame Your Selfie, and we show them live in the video stream. So that's why you need to come join us so we can see all these awesome people we're about to show you. All right, the man himself called in earlier, River Godby, at Geekulele, says a 10-gallon head and a 5-gallon hat, but don't blame the cowboy. Blame your selfie. So there you go. That's River. That hat, actually, I think he kind of pulls it off. I mean,
I know, for real.
I would be anti-cowboy hat, but that actually looks pretty good. So
Cowboys are cool. Urban cowboys are the best, I think.
I mean, I just think, River has got that style where he can wear flip-flops. So there you go. So he gets a pass. I mean, people get passes. I mean, it's fine.
Like 10-gallon hat and flip-flops.
10-gallon hat and flip-flops. That
On the beach.
That hipster book's working. This is our social media coordinator. This is Elle out of New York.
We're really expanding the staff here.
We're growing. She's been doing a killer job, by the way, on Twitter if you've been watching. But anyways, she says she's at LNY. I mean, the LE's backwards. Whatever. You'll find her on our Twitter. She's all on it. It's been 2 months, so this is a good Throwback Thursday, and even better, hashtag Blame Your Selfie. So, Elle, and I mean, we got a social media coordinator that's kicking butt, and she looks good. So
plaid. That's all I'm going to say.
Plaid.
If you, when in doubt, plaid.
All right. Well, there you go, man. Elle out of New York. She's doing a fantastic job. I can't say enough great things about her. All right. This is Michael Anthony. It's our
so for people that don't know, we sent Michael Anthony John's old phone so he could take selfies.
There you go.
3 pixels.
3 pixel alert is in the house. Michael says, proud to wear teal, the color teal. I don't even know what color that is, to support Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. So there you go. If you have been sexually assaulted, this is your month. Just put on a teal shirt.
And make sure everyone's aware.
Spread the word. Hey, and then he's got another selfie from Mike Anthony. He says, I've gotten to take a lot of memorable selfies based on location, occasion, or your unique opportunity. This is one of my favorite ones. It's from when I went to Five Guys for the first time on August 7th, 2012. Memory of the week. A large fry per group. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie.
You do get the reference, right?
Yes, I do. All right. Next up, we have.
Can I just say I saw that guy on what's the Dr. Oz or whatever?
Dr. Oz.
And he was giving up fast food or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, because he got too fat, so he was trying to come clean or whatever. So the guy was giving him a diet or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
you and your daytime TV. All right, this is at Half Pint's Point. This is Marlon, one of the writers for the website, doing a bang up job with the articles. He wrote one this week. He actually wrote 2, one about the Marvel Universe, and another one was a letter to Diane Black, who's running for office, who said she was banning Titans. She was turning in her season tickets, and he wrote a scathing article toward her, which is a really good read, so go check that out. But this selfie here says, looks like an indie Americana album cover. What do you guys think? Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. What do you think? Is that his next album?
He kind of looks like he's in that Ghostbuster guild for a second without the patches.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I could see the album cover.
He's a musician. He used to do karaoke on the last podcast I was in, so it's always interesting. All right, next up we have Lee, this is a popular photo here. At Brother to Blame, baby, how do you say your baby's name?
Ada.
Okay, I didn't want to get it wrong. Baby Ada puts in a vote for shaking and baking. Hashtag Talladega Nights. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. And that's his. If you're not watching, it's Lee with a shake shirt from the movie Talladega Nights, and his little daughter is wearing the bake shirt and has a nice bow in her hair. So,
and I just love novelty T-shirts. They're probably my favorite thing. Like, you never see me not wearing a printed novelty T-shirt. It just doesn't happen.
Okay, well, there you go. All right, this is me. It says work selfie just for BYB Pod. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. Michael Anthony was confused who that was in the middle. Who do you think that is in the middle of my cardboard head display?
The real big one?
Yeah.
Megan Barry.
Megan Barry. Thank you, John. So, yeah, you see my wall there. I got Trump up there, Brady, Drake, PK Subban, the Queen, Nicolas Cage, James Franklin, Kanye West, and Megan Barry.
Who's next? Like, who's do you wish you had that you don't?
I don't know, but I mean, if people want to send them to me, I would gladly.
Saying, like, who are you looking for?
I should put us up there, all three of us.
Like, so that's what you want?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're so egotistical. I give you any name and you say yourself.
Yes, that's the first person I would think about.
That fits you very well.
There you go, perfectly. All right. Next up, this is Ha Simpson at Squeaky Ha. It says, when you realize that idiots multiply like wet gremlins, but that's none of your business. At BYB Pod, hashtag blame society, hashtag blame your selfie, hashtag Thursday thoughts, hashtag misogyny alert, and hashtag is it Friday yet? So,
dude, I was talking to a coworker the other day, and I dropped a Gremlins reference, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Millennials destroying the country.
What was the reference?
Feeding after midnight or something.
Oh.
River
Wet gremlins.
River says, glad that your daughter got your mom's smile. All right, this is Elle with a double selfie, just like Michael Anthony says, here it is, hashtag blame your selfie. And she's listening. I imagine she's listening to the podcast right there. That's what I'm going to assume. So there you go. Elle, I love the glasses.
She's doing your one ear in thing.
Yeah.
You've talked about that.
That's
quite a bit.
Yeah, I kind of revolutionized that in the world. I see all kinds of people do it now that know me.
You should come out with like a podcasting earpiece. It's just like one.
There you go.
But not like that weird one like security guards wear, you know.
Okay, there you go. All right, and this is Janice, another big fan of the show, and she says, hashtag blame your selfie when you try to take a haul selfie, but the kidlet messes with it. So there you go.
Got some fingers coming in from the side.
The finger salute. All right, so we also have Ball Pit Gangster. It's dress season. Thank God. I love dresses on women. I mean, that is a great time of the year, and Katie never disappoints. Oh, yeah. So that's okay. So I like women in dresses. Hit me up. Hit me. I don't care.
Misogyny alert.
Katie,
put some shoes on
Misogyny
and a
alert.
dress,
yeah,
girl.
put them damn heels on, girl. Put that dress on. And this is her in her dress. She likes to wear dresses, so if you are a fan of the show, you'll be seeing more of those dresses, and she pulls it off. We'll put it like that. All right. This is Girls Beer Sports Podcast, whose shirt I'm wearing tonight. I'll show you later. But it says selfie with my two favorite people. Hashtag blame your selfie. That is obviously
Scully and Mulder.
All right.
Mulder.
Here we
And
go.
this is the shirt right here. Look at this. So they were kind enough to send me a shirt. I love this shirt. It looks fantastic. Looks amazing. Fits great. And go check out their podcast. I love it. It's a great. It talks about beer, sports, and
There's a lot of cool things going on. There's Fox and Mulder. There's Rolling Stones.
there's accounting spreadsheets.
Signed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Behind her.
man. We all have our things, I guess.
But I love that podcast. It's one I discovered, Girl Beer Sports. Please go check it out. And this is Sarah at Caution Spoilers. Go check out her website, Caution Spoilers. Says, I'm starting to see a theme in those early 70s slides we found in Mom's stuff. Mom
stuff.
Hello, it's Mom.
We found them in Mom's stuff.
She's from over the pond. It's Caution Spoilers.
So what is she saying? She likes to scream?
Yeah, I think so.
I like screaming and
I
shouting.
think there's a theme. She likes to cry and scream.
So that means she likes to have a good time. That's
she's a
all.
lady. How about that? Oh!
Misogyny alert.
All right.
Misogyny alert.
I said she's a
Misogyny
lady.
alert.
She likes to cry and scream.
Okay.
All right, anyways. Okay, so that's all the selfies. Make sure if you take one, use the hashtag blame your selfie, and we will feature it on the program. Okay, so we got selfies out of the way. We got advice out of the way. Now it's time for DJ Khaled to help us with the major key of the week.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
There you go. It's time for our major key of the week. That's where we take a life lesson from today's episode. We put it up, and it's advice for you to follow. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now. Some ones from past ones. Episode 68, Change Trump's Hair to Change the World. Episode 73, you got to finish your nut. Episode 78, Let It Go. So there's a whole bunch. You can go, and they're all tied into past episodes.
Cast a wide net, but don't shoot for tens.
And yes, don't shoot for tens was last week's major key out of John. So what do we have this week for a major key of the week?
I got it ain't black magic if it's for Jesus.
I love it. I'm with it.
All right, let's do it.
Hit it up.
The key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody.
There you go.
I got the keys now.
It ain't black magic if it's for Jesus. That's your major key of the week. Remember that. Tell people about it. Get them going. So, yeah, guys, that's it, man. That's an episode. We had a fun time. Went by super quick. I want to thank everyone that was in the chat tonight. Tons of you in there. just throwing out zingers, busting Lee and John's hump. I love it. They love me. You didn't see one negative thing about me. It was all positive. So, it speaks for what the show's about. But you need to go and check out our website, blameyourbrother.net. That's where we have all the past episodes. We also got articles, like I say, about Marvel films. Adam Cox did a great one about a love letter to the 80s, how he loved the 80s, all the great things he loved about it growing up. It's fantastic. He's a fantastic writer. Like I said, Half Pint did a op-ed on Diane Black. So tons of articles there. All the past episodes are there. So if you want to go back and listen to all of them, they're all on the website. We got all of our links up. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And if you want to buy stuff through Amazon, you need to use our Amazon affiliate link. Basically, you buy things on Amazon, and what you do, you click on our link. It takes you to the Amazon web store. Wow, I sound like I'm 60 years old. You go there to the web store, you buy stuff.
Now totally free fee.
Free. There's no hidden fees on Amazon, guys. I tell you.
Check out our web store.
The web store. But yeah, you buy stuff and we get a small kickback on the sale. So if you can remember to do that when you go to Amazon. I do a couple of podcasts. So now when I know I'm going to buy something, I go to their website, click on the link, and then go there. Just do that for us. It helps out. We're still taking pre-orders on the shirts. So you have until Sunday night. If you want to buy one, you can still buy one. We've met our goal, but we still have extra money for the shirts that we can put into it. So go to just go to bybpod.com/shirts, bybpod.com/shirts. Go to our social media. Links are all up there as well. We'll get you one of those Misogyny Alert T-shirts, and we're going to send them in to the company next week. And so I am so excited to get those shirts and get them sent out. It's going to be a fun time. Never forget Radio Vegas Rocks. They stream us every Thursday out of Las Vegas. RadioVegas.rocks is the website, or go get their app and you can listen to internet radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Jay runs that. Fantastic. He's our guy. We love him. Thank you so much for those guys. Thank you, Jay. And like I said, if you want to send a Dear John, you need advice, or you want to tell us something about the show, there's a contact form on the website. You can click on that. It will. You can put any email you want. It doesn't have to be your email. So if you want to send a funny one to John, you can do that, and it get it done. So there you go. And you can send a voicemail as well, which we would love to get those, but you can do it through the website. So we have had just a fantastic time tonight. Like I said, once again, just remember, if you want to get those shirts, you literally have, from when this episode comes out, you have like 2 or 3 days. So if you want to get one of those shirts, it's going to be $5 now. So you need to get on it right now, get it going. And once again, like I can't express how happy I am that we met our goal. We're going to get those shirts out, and
Thanks again, River.
They're going to be, they're going to be some serious conversation starters. So there you go. So thank you guys for all the support. We appreciate the big chat tonight. And Lee, I guess with that being said, anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.